Hello, and welcome to Origami with Your Blind Brother, starring me, Zach, your blind brother. Today, we are going to make a crow. And so, just as always, to start, get your rectangular piece of paper. Okay, and you're going to stand it up so that it's taller than it is long, like this. You will then take your top right corner and fold it down to the left so that the top edge becomes flush with the left edge of the paper. Once you do that, you will crease down this whole fold here so that it just stays, just like this. Once you have that, you'll just hold it upside down and you'll take this little extra bit that's poking out of the bottom of that triangle right here, and you'll just want to fold it down once more, making sure that it's flush with the edge of that line, with the edge of that folded sheet there, so that you're getting what is effectively a conducive triangle like this. Alrighty, once you do that, you're going to just flip this over the other way so that you can thin out this crease and rip it off, making a proper square. Alright, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And you're just going to take your finger now, run it down that edge there. And you don't have to do it this way. I just like to do it this way personally. But there are a few different methods you can use. One of them is just to take it, fold it back and forth a few times and just crease it every time you fold it the new direction. Or you can lay it down. Hang on. Or you can lay it down and just run your nail along the edge like that and not have to thin it out like this. Either way, you're thinning it out is the ultimate goal here. And once you have it nice and thinned out after maybe 4 or 5 times, you're just going to open that up, lay it down, and ever so gently just rip down that crease, getting that excess removed, like so, giving you a nice triangular folded sheet of paper that once undone is a square. Now we can begin the origami portion. Once you have that down, you're just going to take it, open it, and hold it like it's a square, so you have one diagonal line going from top left to bottom right, or top right to bottom left. You just want to hold it like it's a square, and what you're going to do is you're going to take it, and you will just fold that in half, giving it that nice hot dog bun look. And once you make sure you want it to be flush, so once you get it nice and flush with the other edge, you are gonna crease it like so. Alrighty, you will then open it like it's a book, and then fold it down so you have the spine of the book getting folded in half. You will be making a plus sign effectively as we do this. So what you're going to do is once you get that nice and flush with all the other edges, once again, you will just crease it there as well. Alrighty, like so. And once you have that done, you'll just open it back up and you will take one of the creases here, whichever portion of them you like, and you will just fold it down and grab it, kind of pinch near the middle, but not quite in the middle, just near it, and you will then just bring your hands together like that. And it will then pop out with one side being closer to you and one side being further from you now. And from here, you are just going to take the portion that is further from you and pull it to the right, and the portion that is closer to you and pull it to the left. So you'll get this nice diamond shape here, and then you will just crease down that line, and you are more than welcome to put it down for any of these parts. I have been, for those of you who cannot see, so you do not have to hold it for the entire time. Using your table or desk or counter or floor, if that's where you are, any of that's totally fine. So once you have this diamond shape here with the creased portions on the top, you will then take it and fold it into itself, just kind of reversing that shape. So it will look identical, but it will now have a line going down the middle. Now this step isn't strictly speaking necessary for those of you who can see, but for those of us who cannot, this really helps with the following steps, which are going to be to take the left and right side of either layer and fold that corner up towards the top like this, but you're just going to take it into the middle, and you're going to want this to kind of taper down to a point at the bottom here. So you're going to go up towards the creased portions, or the closed portion as I like to call it, and once you get it up there and in the middle, you can just crease down that diagonal edge. And boy, let me tell you guys, that was a real risky move on my part because I got lucky and did it right. And you're just going to repeat that on the left side as well. And you will end up with what is basically, it'll look like a kite, like this. And once you have that shape, you will flip it over along its y-axis, so you're going to keep that creased or closed portion on top and further from you when you lay it down. And you will then do the exact same thing on the other side. You will bring those outer corners up and into the middle, and then crease as you do it. I apologize. I know I'm doing this off camera, but I promise one day in the future I'll get a better camera or a different angle, and you'll be able to see all of the folds I'm doing instead of just the end product of it. So it'll look like this because you want it to match. You want it to go down to a more diamond shape. I have made the mistake with my instructions in the past not telling this part clearly, and people end up with what would approximate like an hourglass shape, but that's not what you want. You want the open portion to be the bottom and that closed portion to be the top, so it will now be a triangle on the top here. And what you're going to do next is you're going to take that triangle, and at the corners of the two bottom corners, you're going to fold it down there and over the other section of the diamond, like so. And you're going to want to crease that as well. Alrighty, and then once you crease that, you will just open it back up to the diamond, like so, and you will then take your hands and kind of pinch along the sides here, and feel until you can separate it. Sometimes you have to like kind of pinch and run your fingers like this. Other times you're able to just feel it and kind of separate it, and you're just going to take this part and go up and over. And it does not like to cooperate, so just take your hand, your whichever hand you're not holding it with, and just kind of put your fingers in at the corner and run down to kind of help work that part back onto itself, because it doesn't like to fold back onto itself in the opposite direction. You will then just repeat that step on the back side of it once more, just taking that triangle at the bottom corners and folding it down over the folded up bits, for lack of any proper description. And you will then open it back up to the diamond shape and just pinch it, take that top layer and fold it up and over like so, running your hands again down that crease to kind of help it fold back onto itself, just like this. And once more you will end up at what I like to affectionately call the fox face. You got the ears on top and the face on bottom. Now, once you're at the fox face, the following steps are going to be a fair bit easier. What you're going to do now is you're going to take one side of the face, either the part closer to you or further from you, and you're just going to fold it down so that you have one part of that fox's face now covering up the ears and the other part still folded down like the fox face. Alrighty, now from here we're going to make the legs or the feet of the crow, and that'll be fairly simple. What you're going to do is you're going to take one of the ears, left or right, doesn't matter, and about halfway down you're going to take it and you're going to fold it down onto itself, but only about halfway. You're going to want that to stick out at a roughly 90-degree angle. just like that. Okay? And you're going to do the same thing to the opposite side. Again, about halfway down. You're going to want it sticking out about 90 degrees. You're going to want that to be as straight out as you can get it. And I should have mentioned this, but I didn't. But this little triangle part, right, that didn't get folded on that fold up is going to go up towards the head of the crow. So this part that doesn't have the triangle sticking down onto it is going to be the tail. And after you do this part, you're going to close it up. You're just going to fold it together, thinning it out. You're going to want these 2 feet to be as equal in placement as possible, popping out at about 90 degrees at the same height, just like this. Then you're going to make the head of the crow, and you take this nice part here sticking out over that triangle, and you're going to fold it out and make a gigantic beak. Just like bam! Just humongous. Alright, and then from here what you're going to do is you're going to take it, you're going to fold the beak back about halfway. At about halfway out, you're going to fold it back so it doesn't go all the way in, but it's got a little bit poking out of the back there. Then you're going to take a little bit of that and fold it out again, giving what I refer to as face-beak separation. So you're not going to want to undo the fold you just did. You're just going to want to fold it out. So a small part of what you folded is now poking out again. And it will give it face-beak separation just like this. And this, I do believe, is the final step, folks. So now you just kind of open it up a little bit, and then you just stand it up. Whoops. I'm so concerned about this, but you guys can't even see it. And there you go. Got a crow. So, enjoy your crow. I meant to put this out yesterday for Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th on Saturday the 14th, everybody. But, you know, I forgot to do it. My apologies. And I've been given some critique from my sighty viewers that my camera is not great. Well, not my camera, but the lighting in my room is not great. And don't worry, I will be obtaining a ring light soon, and I will then just refilm all of the videos I've already posted and put them up with better lighting. So, that being said, you all have a great day, and I have been your blind brother, Zach, signing off. For those who can't see, I'm firing finger guns.